This is from Penny. She's a doula instructor. The first thing she talks about is, and you can get this online. I posted it on our Facebook here and YouTube, but go to our research page, justtouch.com/research, and then down at the bottom is this whole PDF file called BioTouch for Pregnancy, Labor, and Postpartum. First thing she talks about is the physiological impact of touch, or BioTouch specifically. She says touch activates oxytocin and endorphins, two important components that the body produces for labor to progress. So it's interesting here. We're talking, these are physiological things that are going on.
Right.
She goes on, I'm not reading this whole thing. She goes on to talk about the sympathetic and the parasympathetic arousal. She says labor pain can lead to sympathetic arousal, which produces tension in the circular fibers of the uterus and rigidity at the opening of the cervix. Touch can lead to parasympathetic arousal, which relaxes the circular fibers of the uterus and stimulates the vertical fibers, thereby allowing effacement and dilation to proceed. And that's what
Boy,
you were
could I have
talking about
used
with your
that.
son, yeah?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Even though they both were at a point where I could give birth, for some reason, if there was a freeze going on, and the he was unable to, come down into the birth canal for some reason. I'm quite sure that after hearing that, what Penny wrote, that if I'd had been able to have BioTouch at that time, I'm quite sure the birth would have been a little bit different. I hate to even mention this, but he had to use forceps. In those days, they were doing that.
She goes on to talk about the gate control theory. This is interesting. The reduction in labor pain through touch can be explained by the gate control theory of pain. Sensory perception begins in the spinal cord via sensory neurons, which can be transmitted to the brain for interpretation and response. Pleasurable, painful, and neutral signals travel at different speeds, with pain being the slowest.
Oh, yeah, let's endure that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pleasurable signals travel fast along large myelinated nerve fibers. Pain signals travel slowly along small diameter unmyelinated fibers. If the brain is flooded with BioTouch and other forms of massage, the perception of the slow-moving pain signals is overridden by these other signals.